Yo, what's happening, world? What's happening, world? It's your boy. I'm back at it like a crack addict. It's your boy, Cross, man. Welcome to everybody coming in here, man. Salute to everybody. Welcome to the Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart. Right now, man, we're going to go ahead and black out the screen. We're going to do what it do, and then we're going to go ahead and get into some stuff. But on that note, I just want to let everybody know I appreciate everybody for subscribing, locking in with your boy. So let's go.
Hit that like button, tap the follow button, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you need to do. You are now tuning in to the Plug Podcast. Cross your heart, nigga. Yo. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. What? It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. It's the
Salute, Natty Pooh. Salute.
I'm a Cross and we hopping on the stage, yo. Trying to help the brothers find a better way, yo. Niggas talking shit but never to my face, yo. Keep it square business. You heard what I say, ayy. Chillin' like a villain, but I am a hero. I don't fuck with ops. Hey man, hit the like button, tap the follow button, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you need to do. You are now tuning in to the Plug Podcast. Cross your heart, nigga. Yo. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. What? It's the Plug Podcast.
Good morning.
It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. It's the Plug. Hey, I'm with Cross and we hopping on the stage, yo. Trying to help the brothers find a better way, yo. Niggas talking shit but never to my face, yo. Keep it square business. You heard what I say, ayy. Chillin' like a villain, but I am a hero. I don't fuck with ops, I don't fuck with weirdos. Got it out the mud, got it out the muscle. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. What? It's the Plug Podcast.
Yeah.
It's the Plug. It's the Plug Podcast.
What?
It's the Plug. It's the Plug. Hey, I'm with Cross and we hopping on the stage, yo. Trying to help the brothers find a better way, yo. Niggas talking shit but never to my face, yo. Keep it square business. You heard what I say, ay.
Let's go, y'all. Come on, y'all, get on up in here.
Hit the like
Hey man,
button,
say man,
tap the follow
say man,
button,
hey man.
subscribe, do whatever the fuck you need to do. new.
Yeah,
You are
all,
now
all
tuned
that,
into the
all
Plug
that.
Podcast. Cross your heart, nigga. Yep. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. What? It's the
Come
Plug.
on, y'all, get on up in here.
It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. It's the Plug. Hey, I'm with Cross and we hopping on the stage, yo. Trying to help the brothers find a better way, yo. Niggas talking shit but never to my face, yo. Keep it square business. You heard what I say, ay. Chilling like a villain, but I am a hero. I don't fuck with ops. I don't fuck with widows. Got it out the mud. Got it out the muscle. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug. It's the Plug. Hey, I'm with Cross and we hopping on the stage, yo. Trying to help the brothers find a better way, yo.
Yeah, y'all get on up in
Niggas
here.
talking shit but never to my face, yo. Keep it square business. You heard what I say, ay.
Yeah, y'all. Salute, Maki. That's my intro. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug, yo. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug, yo. Welcome, man. Welcome, everybody. Salutations. Good morning to all the kings and queens that have blessed this channel this morning. We're going to get into it like a loop music, right? We're going to keep on rocking like cut off stockings. Yeah, that part. So I want to go ahead and play some where they've been talking about it. I think everybody has seen it across the news this morning about this whole TikTok thing where people don't understand how detrimental this TikTok is, because you got to remember, this is not it's not a United States based on app, and they're not allowing us to have their information, but they are taking all information, all of kids that you sign your kids up, even down to the cameras and things of that nature. So I'm going to get into it today. We're going to watch it, and let's see how we build off of this right here. So salute to everybody coming in.
The crackdown on TikTok by state governments continues to grow. The FCC commissioner is actually calling for an outright ban on the app here in the U.S.
Channel 3's Ivan Rodriguez is joining us live.
Hey, damage good. No, okay, September Virgo. Thank you. Thank you, Queen.
Aaron, a growing number of states are banning the use of TikTok on government devices. U.S. officials saying they're concerned between the Chinese government's connection to the popular app. Troubles expanding for TikTok in the United States, with Texas and Maryland joining South Dakota, South Carolina, and Nebraska, and prohibiting the use of the app on government-issued devices. Indiana's Attorney General has now filed 2 lawsuits against the social media giant for allegedly exposing minors to mature content and deceiving users about China's access to their data.
The Biden administration is focused on challenge of certain countries, including China, seeking to leverage digital technologies and America's data in ways that present unacceptable national security risk.
The U.S. Committee on Foreign Investment has been in negotiations with China, trying to resolve concerns that Chinese government authorities could seek to gain access to the data TikTok holds on U.S. citizens.
The problem is, with China, there's no distinction between the government and the private sector. Everybody works for the government one way or another.
FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says the U.S. government should ban TikTok over national security concerns. Some lawmakers are sharing those sentiments.
But the Chinese are really into stealing data and collecting data. And this is one huge way to do that. And they're going to have every keystroke, everything you enter, every comment. I think it is very dangerous.
TikTok declines cutting off data flows to China. In a statement, a TikTok spokesperson says, in part, "We are confident that we are on a path to reaching an agreement with the U.S. government that will satisfy all reasonable national security concerns." Mark, Aaron?
Ivan, it's interesting. You just talked about what TikTok is saying, but what about the average user? Should they be concerned that this app is just going to disappear at some point?
Well, we've heard from several cybersecurity experts, and in terms of whether or not the app is going to disappear outright is still too soon to tell, since they're in the middle of negotiations and it's unclear how they're shaping up and will end up being. But in terms of whether or not they should be concerned with just using the app, a lot of experts are saying that if people are worried about the potential risks that could come along with using TikTok, then the best case scenario there might be to just try not to use the app at all.
Oh boy, yeah, very, very popular though, so we'll see what
yeah.
happens. Ivan, thank you very much. Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, we're going to start off with that one right there now. We're going to build. We're going to build on this. Now, check this out. Now, this is crazy, ain't it? Now, back then before, they kept warning us about these things and these apps. Now it's got to the point. Now they were in negotiations. My thing is, well, they got the information. We are providing all information, keystrokes, everything that people do over here that the average person doesn't do over there. Because think about it, they banned the things that we can do, they can't do over there. And you start to ask yourself, why would somebody create an app that they won't do stuff? But Mike said, interesting. This is the beginning of a mass breach user control. Exactly, King. Exactly. When you looking at it from this point of view, like I am, from that area point of view, like, wait a minute. And you got to ask yourself, why is it that we have full access to this app and everybody else over there has, it's like the restrictions are very strict. Certain things they can't do. They can't do rap songs. They can't do, it's a lot of things they cannot do. So you ask yourself, why would people allow us to do it? But then it goes back to Maki said, interesting. This is the beginning of mass breach used to control people. So I want to see what y'all thoughts on that, because again, at the end of the day, this shit right here is getting crazy. And you got to be careful, right? It's the holiday weekend. Man, we don't know what has been breached. Some of the parents allow their kids just to put the information. No, we're just doing something simple. Daddy, daughter, or mother, daughter, or family are doing a TikTok together. Oh, no, they pay you. Well, yeah, think about it. They're paying you chump change, pennies on a dollar for your info. That's all they're doing. They're bean counting, collecting data, tracking, trending, what we used to call it. So think about that. This is crazy. Good morning, Chuck D. Jen, a.k.a. Chuck D's chick. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it. This is about, I think you probably saw it on the news where they're talking about the whole TikTok app, and they're saying that they're in the process. Certain states have already stopped them from using on government devices, because the simple fact is they have found that the Chinese country is starting to take our information and it's using it and storing it all the way down to keystrokes. This is crazy. And then the fact that we have access, but have y'all noticed, and a lot of people don't notice, you don't see too many Chinese people on TikTok doing a lot of things. They might be on there, but these are planted and put there so we can think, because think about it. We don't know what's going on over there, but they know everything that's going on over here. That's the crazy part. So I got this other one I'm going to play for y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think on this one. This is another good one too. This. Hold on, guys. Let's get, yeah. I don't use TikTok. No, I don't use it. I'm telling you, use it. That's what they're saying right now. That's what's going around. That was all this morning. We're going to play. I'm going to play. And y'all tell me what you think of this as well. And salute to everybody coming in. Hit that like button, subscribe, share the content. Content now is being streamed on Facebook. My content's on Twitter now, and also on StreamYard and YouTube. So, shout out to the people that's helping me push this machine.
The crackdown on TikTok by state governments continues to grow. FTC commissioner is actually calling for an outright ban on the app here in the U.S.
Channel 3's Ivan Rodriguez is joining us live this afternoon with the very latest on this. Good afternoon.
Mark, Aaron, a growing number of states are banning the use of TikTok on government devices. Officials saying they're concerned between the Chinese government's connection to the popular app. Troubles expanding for TikTok, United States.
Thank you, Mike.
And Maryland, South Dakota, South Carolina, and prohibiting the use of the app on government-issued devices. Indiana's Attorney General has now filed 2 lawsuits against for allegedly minors.
Oh, let's pause it for a little bit. I'm gonna go back to the beginning where it said, "Let me know when they can come on the panel." Hey, man, you more than welcome to come right now, King. We can build on what we think, and then we can build off of that, and then watch this and break it down. So I want to try to start breaking these downs in like 30-second breakdowns. Let us watch it a little bit after we watch it the first time, and then break it down from there, to get a better understanding. So no, you're more than welcome to come on here. So let's try this. We're going to watch this and break this down while my boy Maki come on here, and we're going to build, because I talked to him. The reason why I was talking to him this morning, he was explaining to me this morning about how he uses the TikTok because that's the new generation, but then that's also like the gift and the curse too. So I want to see what he thinks. And far as his generation, is it a big masses of people that use these things? Not only that, does he see a lot of other culture content on there? Because like me, I'm just getting new to this. And a lot of us, there's people that say they don't use TikTok, but I want to know what he thinks the advantage could be versus the disadvantage. And then not only that, is it detrimental, giving us too much access to something, right? So I'm just curious, because again, that's why I thought about TikTok. My daughter didn't want to do it. The kids want to do it. And it is the sociable thing, but is it the right thing? Is it the secure thing? Is it the safe thing? Is it encrypted? All these things that we don't do. We just see an app and it's free. And I always tell people, when it's free, there's nothing free about it. Something comes with a cost. Everything has a cost. It would be nice if they could do stuff free.
Yo.
Salute, King. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Top of the morning. Okay, so man,
so I want to hear your perspective on that, and give me some insight on this from your view, and how you were able to boost the followings and things of that TikTok. How does that play out for you, and is it an advantage for you in other ways too?
Okay, is my audio clear? Is my
Yes,
audio
sir.
clear? Can everybody hear me? Okay, man. So with TikTok, it is a very, I wouldn't even say pay to play, but post to play type of platform where basically you can have a lot of success on there because rather than every other platform, they show you to everybody. But if it's at the price of your own privacy, that's where you kind of want to, it's a double-edged sword. It can do damage, but it can also damage somebody else because you can grow platform, but at the same time they can use that against you. So say your keywords or whatever you're discussing in messages, a lot of people that aren't in my generation but might be in the generation before. Sometimes they get to having certain conversations and messages and saying certain types of things, and all of this is being documented. Even though you have Chinese officials saying that they're not using it, of course they're going to say that, because why would the boogeyman come out and tell you he's the boogeyman? He's got to hide.
Come on,
so
man.
With this situation, you just got to kind of wonder, okay, yes, you can build a platform and you can get, like you said, pennies to a dollar, but is it really worth it in the long term? To me, I don't feel like I'm doing nothing wrong, so I don't got nothing to worry about. But that's not even necessarily all you got to worry about. They could use that to take your credit card information. Like you say, parents be putting their information in and do this and to do that. That could really come back to bite you and could put you in a situation to where you ain't going to get that money back because it's taken by China. How you going to get your money back when it's taken by China? That's your fault. So it's not as alarming as it will be, but it's good for you to put a spotlight on it. But what I will say is, to any content creators, it is the route to go. But they have a certain thing on there when you're a creator and you have like a regular viewing and you have access to going live and all that stuff like I do. If you want to like be able to send roses, which is like donations, super chats, cash apps, if you want to do that on TikTok, you have to put in your social security, your tax information. Now that's where it becomes a
What?
problem, which I never ever put in my information.
I did not.
But
I did not know that.
listen, Cross, I
Break
got
that down.
people.
I did not know that. I didn't
Cross,
know that.
if you went live and your audience went on there, like right now, you can do a super chat and super sticker on there. If they wanted to give you donations, which is in the form of diamonds, they would have to put in their tax information, their social security. So they're giving up literally all their identity.
Wow.
It's dangerous. Okay, and for instance, I was on live, and me, man, I talk about everything. I talk about everything on live, and I was talking about a situation going on in China where they have robots, which is basically what's going on in California, where these police are using robots in their law enforcement, and they're instructed to kill people. And this was going on in China, and I said allegedly, but I mentioned China, which is a keyword, and they literally restricted my live access for a week, and they put an account warning on my account. But when I showed them that I said allegedly, and I said I don't believe this is true, because you gotta have a certain type of verbiage, otherwise they're gonna flag you as a certain type of thing. So when I was able to show them that I said allegedly, this isn't true, they're restoring my access. But the everyday user will get taken off of their platform, because if you say anything against China, that's not aligned with what they're trying to do. So they're gonna take you off there, man.
Man, that's deep. I did not know that you got to put your tax information in and your social security.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, you just they'll make you put that, and then like you say, you're donating, but then that's a good question. So it can be considered a tax write-off?
Yeah. Yep. They make you fill out your form on there. But it doesn't make sense, because this is something that is based in China. So it kind of makes you wonder, what is the grand plan?
Right. Yes. Yes. Because if you have to do taxes, obviously somebody's a part of it over here. If you're doing it, if you got it, that don't make sense, man. I did not know that. I don't know if anybody, like most people probably do know that. I don't know that. I did not know that you got to put your damn tax ID. I wouldn't put my tax ID. I mean, I see where that could come in. So another thing, I had a question for you. Do you see a lot of other cultures over there on there that's on TikTok, or do you feel like they're planted?
I feel like a certain agenda is being pushed on TikTok that is trying to make our youth be strange, if you know what I'm saying without saying it. So you'll
Correct.
see a lot of our people. You'll see our people every once in a blue moon, but usually you're gonna see very, very strange individuals. And you got to understand, they now made it to where you have to be 18 years older to go live. But the only people swiping and swiping, now you got grown folks, but me, honestly, I get on TikTok, I post my content, I get off. These kids know, you know how it is. These kids sit and they scroll and they scroll and they scroll. Now me, if I say something allegedly, I'll get taken down. But a girl can be in there shaking everything that her mama gave her and doing all types of crazy things, and it might be a man on there shaking what that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, they have strange individuals with thousands and thousands of views put in front of your kids, and they're not going to take them down. So like I said, I think that the majority is a certain type of individuals, and I'm saying that without saying, you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. You putting it down on the ground. Yeah. You putting it down on the ground.
It's a very active platform, and
damn.
I was like, you could really thrive. It would improve TikTok has helped me in like ways on my career, because I never took TikTok serious, because I ain't no dancing. They say I look like Chris Brown, but I don't dance like Chris Brown. So I don't get on there and try to. I just get on there and talk.
Right.
It's because of you guys that I was able to go on TikTok, because I didn't. I was like, man, I got a lot of things, and I carry myself based off of my ideologies, but I didn't know how to say it to people, because in real life, you know, the micro tensions, you don't even want to put your energy around people you feel like is being wasted. So I can get on the internet and I can talk to all these individuals. And
exactly.
That's my niche. You would be great on there, but like I said, it's compromising your privacy and all your personal identity information. It's a double-edged sword, but one side is longer.
No, that's deep.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that analogy. Double-edged sword, but one side is longer. Y'all got to listen to this. And this is for the parents out there. Man, remember when we're doing it, even down to these Fortnites and all this other shit that we end up doing, and you're putting all this information. We're thinking it's harmless, but that's where they get you with these free apps. And they're saying, hey, there's nothing to it, man, and you can make money off of him. You get paid, and I've heard people get paid off of these apps. But then I'm thinking like, damn. So okay, so when you're setting up to receive those diamonds, you also have to put in your social as well to receive that money, correct?
So no. The way that it works is if you're the receiver, all you have to do is
Okay.
set up your PayPal. But if you're connecting it to your PayPal, you're giving it the login information to your PayPal, which means that it's still getting your social. So you think, oh no, I'm receiving. No, they're not taking.
Come
But
on.
if they're connecting through a third party app to your PayPal, they still have that information. But the everyday person is like, no, I'm straight, man. I ain't putting nothing. So really, you still compromise. Once you get on that app and you start to doing what you're doing, you compromise. If you're not just a casual viewer that just looks, likes, and comments, you're compromised. That's facts.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You're telling the truth now.
It's
This
a
is what they
means to an
need. They
end.
need to hear this, man.
It's a means to an end.
Mm.
And it's a very active platform. It's the most active platform out there right now. YouTube's competing with it by adding the shorts. But at the same time, TikTok has billions and billions of people. And the dopamine that you get just from seeing them likes, man, when you first get on TikTok, this is something that I noticed. So you know how like when it comes to Chinese technology, they do a lot of bluffing. They make things look bigger than what it actually is. When you get on TikTok, just to get you hooked onto TikTok, your first videos are randomly going to do a bunch of numbers. They're not actually doing a bunch of numbers, but they want you to see success.
Mm.
Yeah. And then after that, they're gonna hinder your success, but they want you to get hooked to the app. And once you get hooked, you're gonna want to spend money. And once you say, "Man, why am I not getting any more views?" You're gonna start exploring and looking at other creators, and you're gonna start seeing creators like what I told you. And these kids are gonna think they have to do that to get a following. And just like that, corrupt the youth.
That's deep. I like that. I did not know. Man, so you really saying, like you say, that's the bait and switch. So they basically bring you in. Your first video, people like, man, let's say I did 200K on my first video, and all I did was just talk. And I ain't even really do nothing. I was dancing and talking. And all of a sudden now they got you hooked because now you're looking for that high. You're chasing that ghost from the first hit.
And what you gonna see? You're gonna see individuals doing the strange things, like Dewberry said. They're gonna turn into gremlins. I mean, Cross, if you downloaded TikTok and you just went to the
Yeah,
live and you
real
just looked at some
shit.
of the stuff you saw on the live, you say, "Ain't no way!" And God, I would not want my kids scrolling because some of the stuff I see on there, boy, that's the type of stuff Simon Cowell ejected and rejected on American Idol. But on TikTok, these people get on there and they get to, and they be having more views than me, doing ridiculous, heinous things, man. And I don't even
I know
hate
you
because
be
you're
like,
doing your
damn,
thing.
bro. Like,
But the kids are impressionable. I have
yeah, see,
kids that
that's
join
why,
my
and
live.
that's why I had to.
Oh snap!
No, go ahead.
My bad. I have kids that join my live, and they're young. Like when I say young, like some kids 8, 9 years old, watching my live, and I'm like, these type of
Wow.
parents are that uninvolved now because you can just put a phone in front of a kid's face and they'll leave you alone. So now a lot of parents they don't want to be parents, so they just throw technology in the kid's face. And when you leave it to that machine that's controlled by China, it's not gonna have a good result. It's not. And man, I don't watch my siblings turn
Well,
into
it's like,
gremlins.
well, and that's just like how me and John we be speaking all the time, and people don't realize we're in the age where that word parent has become thrown. It's almost like love. It's kind of thrown around loosely because a
Mm.
parent no longer is a parent. A parent is a breeder. The actual phone is the parent now. The phone raises the kid. The
Ooh,
parents that used to be a parent, they're just the breeder. They're the ones that just create the child for the parent. If you notice, that's what
ooh,
when you said that, when you put the phone in front of their face, that's the parent. That's the parent that tells them. Matter of fact, guess what? When you, the breeder, tell the child to get off of the phone, the parent says, "Don't get off the phone. Stay on the
dang.
phone. Get in trouble. Trust me. Don't trust the breeder. Why would you trust the breeder? I'm the one that watches you all day. You watch me all day. You've learned all your traits and your characteristics, how to laugh, how to joke from me. Think about it.
And think there's kids. They pay
The
attention. You
parent
said
is
the
no longer
keynote.
the
What you typing? There's kids messaging other kids saying, I'm depressed. I want to do this. I want to do that. What do you think is going to pop up in their algorithm? Videos telling other people depressed what they should do, who committed this, who did that, and next thing you know, these kids are going to start having thoughts like that. I mean,
Yep.
based off of the messages and things that you're liking, they almost know what you're like. They almost know your emotions in a way. Not even to sound crazy, but because of the messages that you're sending and the content, even the sounds that you use for your TikTok, if they're a certain type of vibe, they're gonna put more of that in front of your face. It's almost like they want you to
Wow.
self-destruct. They want you to self-destruct, or they want you to be with that certain agenda. And I'm saying what I'm saying without even saying it.
No, you right on point with this, and this is what the people need to hear, and that's why I wanted to put this out, because I felt like this is warranted and it was needed, because you're giving us something that a lot of the parents don't look at when they hear a beat. That's why it makes sense. Like I give you one example, like on I hate this shit on Instagram when they hit that doom. If you do this, you'll be a millionaire. If you redo this tone, and they got everybody doing this tone, but they got to realize the originator is the one who's making the money, and they playing into the content. And you ask yourself, how did this become a trend? Who put this sound in? Who was the creator? It couldn't have came from someone. It always comes out of nowhere, and then people adopt to these sounds, and it's like, it's weird to me sometimes. You see what I'm saying? So it's amazing how you're breaking this shit down. I like this. I like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this. We're gonna play this, break this down a little bit. Mikey, he gonna get back on there. But yeah, man, that was great. That was so far. He'll be back on here, man. If he can get back on here, man, that was a beautiful build, man. What he was talking about, and you have to be cognizant and aware of what's going on with your kids and what they doing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this one, and I'm gonna break this one down. We're gonna break these down like in the 20 to 30 seconds. I just need to get a better understanding.
The crackdown on TikTok by state governments continues to grow. The FCC commissioner is actually calling for an outright ban on the app here in the U.S.
Channel 3's Ivan Rodriguez is joining us live this afternoon with the very latest.
Mark, Aaron, a growing number of states are banning the use of TikTok on government devices. Officials saying they're concerned between the Chinese government's connection to the popular app. Expanding TikTok states, with Texas and Maryland joining South Dakota, South Carolina, and Nebraska, and prohibiting the use of the app on government-issued devices. Indiana Attorney General has now filed 2 lawsuits against.
Okay, so I'm gonna break this down a little bit. Now, they done already filed these lawsuits, right? They're filing these government lawsuits, and these cities are filing them because they're noticing that. If you notice, a lot of them are closer. Like, you got big states. I mean, look at that, man. You know, this is crazy. And the sad part, you would think, right? You would think these other states would be, you know, much more aware of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But that also tells you a lot of things, that is much more of the majority that's still with it. Shay says to him, I appreciate young man in these conversations. I learn a lot. Thank you, Cross. No, thank you, Shay, for even tapping in. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why I do it. And I try to build with people, because this is stuff that we need to know. Like, this is stuff I didn't know. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, ask not, have not, you know, and that's the way I'm looking at it from us and the people that come over here to build, because I feel like we all need to learn this. And a lot of people are not as savvy as, you know, not computer savvy as well.
Ain't no way they kick me out. But I was finna say, it's crazy that this is a Chinese-owned app, but not a single time while I've been on this app and amassed a following have I ever interacted with one single Chinese person. It kind of makes you feel like they built a madhouse, they threw us in there, and they're like, hey, man, watch them self-destruct. Watch these Americans self-destruct, man.
No, you're right.
Because I really have only seen, when I first got on the app, there's a way you can duet live with people and you battle whoever taps whatever side the most, and I thought it was stupid. I never did it again after that. But that was the only
Right.
Chinese person that I ever saw on an app that's made by Chinese people. How is there not mainly Chinese people on there?
Well, that's why, and that's why I wanted to know. That's why I asked you. Like, so when you get on there, are you dealing with other cultures, other culture, other ethnicities of other area, or is it just
It's just a,
us on
it's
there?
just it's,
You know what I'm
it's just
saying?
a, it's just Americans, but it's a certain type of people. Like it's just Americans. You're not gonna
Mm.
find people saying, "Hey, I'm from." Every now and then, somebody say, "I'm from this country. I'm from that country," but the mass majority is America. But that's all because they have your
So
geolocation. They have your geolocation.
correct. So
Because
my
that's all.
question also to you is: have you ever been live? And out of all the people that be coming on your live and you're following, do you have anybody that will either like something that's from another country, or is it like you said again, it's just us? I'm just curious. These are just questions I'm just asking.
For me, it's mainly people that they just live in the states and they're just living like me. As far as age range, there's many different types of people from different walks of life, but for the most part,
Yes.
it's just us. Like it's not. I don't see people saying, "Hey, I'm from Mexico," and coming to my chat speaking Spanish. Like I literally feel like they use your geolocation, and at that point, you're restricted. So it's like you're on a global app, but you're still restricted to America. That's what don't make sense to me. Because if I go and type in the hashtag,
Right.
I go type in
The irony of that,
Latino,
huh? The world is flat. The
Vamanos.
world is
I could
flat.
put hashtag Andale, Vamanos, Migo. I could put any of that, and guess what? There's gonna be results for it. But why don't I have access to these people on my For You page? Because For You page is just random people on there. But all I see is people like I wouldn't say
Mm,
necessarily like me, but in my same lane. I don't see other people. But that's just
correct.
algorithms for you. That's just
Right.
algorithms for you. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. I
It just
like
makes you
that, man.
think,
I like that how you broke. Yeah, because that's why I always said I never really got on there. Everybody said, man, get on there. But my question is, it would be great to get on there, but something ain't right with this map. When I'm looking at this map and only certain places are identifying that that's a problem, and we all know where it's coming from. And you're telling me you got to put your tax ID in there and all that. And but then I don't understand how you would, if you who sends you your tax stuff? Like, where do you who mails you your paper to tell you need to file it?
this is just an invasive piece of technology. It reminds me of my Alexa. Um, one time, and this is a little bit off topic, but it correlates what we were talking about. One time, I
I'm
asked
with
my
it.
Alexa. I said, "Are you spying on me?" And at first, she said, "I can't tell you that." And next thing you know, it gets quiet, and I swear on everything. I just start hearing a keyboard typing, and I ask Alexa the same question. It says, "I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying." And every time I ask after that, "I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying." This technology be
Mm,
listening. You think it's just listening when you say Alexa. No, it's listening all the time. And so is TikTok. It's thriving off the words you type, the hashtags you look at, the type of people you message. They're going to put more of that in front of you. That's just how it goes. So if a kid is
that's some
curious
real
to
shit.
something, if a kid is curious because somebody else might have done something to them, or they see a certain type of show, they might watch a show they're not supposed to. Now when they look that up on
Yep.
TikTok, all that's going to be on their For You page is poison.
Man. Damn, y'all.
Once
Y'all
once it's
listening to
programmed, you
this.
can't unprogram it. Once it's programmed, you can't unprogram it.
Y'all are hearing this. This is some good game right now we're trying to give out. And I just wanted to push this out there because I think these kids and y'all parents, again, we're showing you this in real time, and this is going on right now. The question would be is, what are you parents going to do? Are you still just going to allow the TikTok to still go on? And if you do, then you can't blame nobody but yourself. But I was always taught if you knew better, you do better. So if you got to get to the point where your kid's saying, hey, mommy, because a lot of times I know, man, like I done heard people like go and I coach these kids and the parents like, yeah, man, they up on there playing them video games. Man, my son spent $50. He spent $50 on what? Man, trying to build some boards on the NBA game. I had to spend $50 or $100. And I'm like, you do realize you're giving your money away to something digital. And he was like, yeah, but I said, okay, I got a question. I'm black and slow. So what if you can't afford Wi-Fi? What happens? Wouldn't Wi-Fi be more important than playing some tennis shoes on a fake game? But I just don't know no better. Back in my days, we played and you earned these things to the game. Like you had to complete a mission and they gave it to you. That was the reward. You don't like playing a game and buying everything. That's not the game. That's like you taking a, you know what I'm saying? It's cheating. That's the way I looked at it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
I just look at it like that. So I just think that shit crazy. Okay, so let's keep going. This is the other. We're going to break this down. I like the way this is going.
Issue devices. Indiana's Attorney General has now filed 2 lawsuits against the social media giant for allegedly exposing minors to mature content, deceiving users about China's access to their data.
The Biden administration is focused on challenge of certain countries, including China, seeking to leverage digital technologies data in ways that present unacceptable national security.
The U.S. Committee on Foreign Investment has been in negotiations with China, trying to resolve concerns that Chinese government authorities could seek to gain access to the data TikTok holds on U.S. citizens.
The problem is with China, there's no distinction.
Now let's stop right there. What negotiation? It's already done. What are you negotiating? You saying okay, y'all? Do y'all have enough people so far? Did we give y'all enough information? Can we just go ahead and like? I don't understand. And you know this, like they know. They just said it. It's like an oxymoron. You said it, but then you turn around, but you're still doing it. I don't understand what is what are you negotiating? Like, help me understand that, Mikey. I'm black and slow. What are you negotiating if you already got caught?
At this point, they know that if they lose countries like us as far as being on that platform, they lose money, but even more important than money, they lose access to being able to spy on certain individuals. You see, when we're on there and we're getting our information compromised,
Facts.
it's dangerous, but it's not really necessarily about us everyday people. They're going to use that for like our soldiers. That's why you see Stone said that they banned TikTok in
Yep.
Texas when it came to law enforcement, because if Chinese officials and the government are allowed to spy on everything that we have as far as defenses and just business and politics in general, they're able to do more. They know what, because you got to think about it on a deeper scale. If they know all of our information and all of our data, they know what is going on in America, and they know the exports and imports that we receive. So if they know what we're lacking, they can try to get other countries to stop importing things into our country, and we will have less allies and more enemies. So I'm thinking about this on a grander scale, because China, like
That's
that
right.
person, man, where you breaking all these records and like you doing great things. But China's the person that's sitting on the sideline. They don't ever say anything. They don't clap. They don't boo. They're just watching everything you
Exactly.
do. But they're just waiting for you to crash out. And the minute that you're not as good as you are, they're going to go in and they're going to take your spot. That's how I look at it. Like, man, China ain't on our side. They look at us like, you know how you look at a dog and you be like, man, that stupid dog. That's just how they look at
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's why I always say they look at us like, man, these dumbass. You like my daddy used to always say, man, you gonna grow up to be a dumbass all your life. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think that they should see me personally when you like to protect and serve, right? And that's the totality. That's the way I look at it, right? So why would you police force anything government? Like I did nuclear work. I was an engineer at one point. I'm not putting shit. Yeah. I did all that, man. I did AP 1000. I did that. I was a PMP. I walked away from a job, man. I was making a lot of money, and I just was sitting in a business meeting, and they got to asking me, what did I think? And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, wait a minute, they make more money than me. Why am I telling them when I can just be telling them? And I just felt like, and I've always been like that all my life. And when you get to a place, people don't realize, especially in that corporate world, where you can move all the way up. And what ends up happening is you end up finding yourself not being relatable with anybody.
Oh, wow.
If you get my drift, because you find yourself, Nip said it best, circle got smaller, everybody can't go. So the people that you pick, you got to pick the right people. So if I end up going through the corporate world, I have to pick that circle. That wasn't never my circle. I just proved a point. I always wanted to prove points. So I did that. But then when I got up there, think about it. If you're making a lot of money, you can't go to your homeboys and say, like in your situation, you got to be very cognizant, even though they could be your friends. You can't go to them and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? The other day, man, they messed around and I made, you know what I'm saying? Well, what you make? You hear other people, well, I made 15, I'm gonna make $20 an hour. And then, you know, I know most people wouldn't even for $45, $50 an hour. Like I got to the point that I was making 65 plus per diem. So I mean, I was making great and work whenever I wanted to work. But what it was is it took me away from my kids, and I was contracting. I was, you know, flying everywhere, going places and helping out. But when I would come home, I was a stranger in my home. And I started realizing my wife was end up being that person for me. I mean, I got to the point I would walk in the house. I used to have to ask them where was stuff at because I would be gone 2-3 months. Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy? The fact that you just said that, that's exactly who China is trying to be predatory on. The individuals, the youth, the kids of a successful whatever, they want them not to be successful too. So if you're working
Come
all the
on.
time, if you're gone, that phone is in their face all the time. And
Come
now
on,
they're going to
man.
take a different path. Now you going to mess around and get into it with your kids. Now you mess around and get into it with your wife. Now you mess around and get a divorce. Now
Yes.
your kids don't got both. That's the parents. That's the plan, to divide us in any way that they can. That's the plan.
Yep.
So that's crazy that what you
You
just
just
said had
black.
literally nothing to do, but at the same time it did.
It did. No, you just black matlocked it right there. You did that. You did that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can see that because most successful people right now in this day and age, the phone is their parent, those kids. And they live off that phone. Imagine, have you seen kids nowadays? They tell you to tell your kids, parents literally, think about it, man. I remember back in the days, if you had a plan, you got a phone for free. Now you're paying $2,000-$3,000. Now, if you notice now, because they want more kids to have it, to be accessible, now they drop the prices. If you notice, all prices on phones are starting to drop. They're giving deals now because they need people to keep on going. This new generation, these kids, they want a phone. I have never, like my kids, you know what I'm saying? My kids 13 and 12, they don't have a phone. They use our phone. I would not allow them to have the phone. Reason why is because I know that they're not ready. You know, back in the days when we were growing up, parents would say, you're just not ready yet. You're not mature enough to be watched. And I feel like if I have to put a lot of these security devices on it, then I got to learn my kid first. I shouldn't have to put all these devices. Yeah, I got to learn my kid first. That means that means I don't trust my kid. I want to learn my kid first. I want to learn. And a lot of times parents don't learn their kids. They just give them the phone. Here you go. And then you say, don't go look at that. Have you watched this? Or they'll be, like you said, sitting around hearing somebody say something, man, or see here adult laughing about something. And then they go pull it up and ask yourself, how many parents, I know parents for a fact that don't even check their kids' phone. They'll go a week and I'd be like, man. So, and then all of a sudden they start seeing different. And then I can go around the kid and look and say, man, something ain't right. Why that kid always going, jumping on the phone? Why the kid walk away when the kid get to talking? We all know what that means as adult. It's a private conversation. Child should not have private conversations. That means something going on. They should be happy, bubbly, talking to their friends, laughing, giggling. When they walking away out of the room, something ain't right. And I see that a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you see it a lot, man. And it's unfortunate, but it takes people like yourself to get up here and speak the truth to the youth and to the ones in your age bracket and to the Stones and to the James and so forth, myself, Kings, the Jaws, to let us know that, hey, man, it's a lot more to this than your parents are not looking at. And you're giving them. That's why I wanted to bring awareness this morning. I didn't want to follow what you know me. I don't want to follow what everybody else follow. I don't even know what's going on out there in the other world. But I know in this world, this deals with people like yourself, me, people that are successful and want to strive. And then we're still thinking that, okay, this is an independent lane, but there's nothing independent when they're still got it. They got some type of long arm stronghold somewhere. And I just, like we said again, something is not logically making sense to me where you got a tax ID and the social security. Like that shit don't even make sense. I'm not giving a free fucking app my social security number. Hell no, man. That's my life. That's my, you know what I'm saying? I'm already bought. Now I just, oh, damn. Think about it. When we get our social security number, we're bought already because we're identified. And then when you give it to them, oh, Kobe, RIP. Damn.
Woo!
Wow. That gave me a chill down my back. Wow.
Man.
Wow. So you just sold. Oh, when you put your kid on there and you let them get the diamonds, yes, I gotta get the diamonds. I gotta pay. I gotta do, and they just sold them.
Wait, and then how does the kid know their social security number to put it in the platform? That means they're sneaking
Come
around
on,
the bank.
man.
And if they start sneaking around to get social security numbers, boy, they're gonna be sneaking around doing so many other things. Cause think about it. I'll be having, oh, I don't have any more roses and diamonds in my account, Maki. I can't send anything. First of all, you shouldn't even be sending nothing to begin with. You legit. Tell me what
No.
you're doing. And then I got
Right.
people saying, oh man, I want to sub to you, so I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And I'm like, bro, just hit my Cash App. Just hit my Cash App because everything outside of that, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because at least on Cash App, I know that's regulated by other
No, that's
forces. But
real.
this China stuff, man, I be feeling nervous every time I even withdraw money from there. Because I be feeling like it's leverage. Like they have, like how you
Oh,
said, that stronghold over
no,
it.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It comes back with that long arm right there. So
Wow.
let's watch a little bit of this right here.
The government and the private sector. Everybody works for the government one way or another.
FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says the U.S. government should ban TikTok over national security
Oh,
concerns.
let's go back what he said. I like what he said.
The U.S. Committee on Foreign Investment
Is focused on challenge of certain countries, including China, seeking to leverage digital technologies and America's data in ways that present unacceptable national security.
U.S. Committee on Foreign Investment has been in negotiations with China, trying to resolve concerns that Chinese government authorities could seek to gain access to the data TikTok holds on U.S. citizens.
Is with no distinction between the government and the private sector. Everybody works with one another.
FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says the U.S. government should
Oh man, it's keep. Why is this?
Between the
let's go back.
and the private sector.
Hold on, let me hold it because it's freezing. Hold on, let's try it.
Everybody works for the government.
Chinese government authorities access to TikTok holds on citizens.
The problem is no distinction between every government.
FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says the U.S. TikTok over national security.
They don't want us to watch this video. They don't want us to watch it.
The stealing data and collecting data. And this is huge.
Nah. Nah, they don't. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We got what we. See, that ain't funny. Ain't it hilarious, bro?
I always feel
it's
like
hilarious,
somebody's
dog.
watching me.
I like this stuff. Somebody's what? Come on, man. Come on, man. Ain't that something? That's fun. That is so funny. Boy, I tell you what. That is so funny, man. Well, you know what? This was a beautiful one today, boy. We got some great game out of this. And at the end of the day, we got our point across. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't beat a dead horse. Y'all laughing.
Yo, Cross, do you mind if I take clips from this and post?
No, go ahead.
Bet. Yeah, people need to hear this, man.
No, hey,
I'm
no
post
problem.
This on I'm gonna post this on TikTok. They gonna ban me on
there
TikTok.
You go. Man. There you go. Nah, do that, man. Real spill, man. Nah, I want you to do this, man. Post it everywhere. You already know, man. I support everything you do, just like vice versa. But this was a great bill, man. You gave some great game out. They tried. I wanted to finish playing the video. The one video really gonna break it down, but hey, they must know, and I respect the game. I respect the game. Sometimes, you can't change what Benny say. You can't change a nigga blueprint if he perfected it first. You can't change a person's blueprint if they already wrote it and perfected it first. So we just gotta play it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just gotta play it. So I just play the blueprint. It's the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? I stay plugged into the blueprint. Hey, Maki, King, thank you so much, man. This was an awesome one, y'all. I hope y'all like this. This was great. This was a blessing. Salute to that, King. Salute to everybody came in. I'll be back later on. I got to go tend to the babies. Again, y'all watch what y'all watch. Watch your kids. That's more important. Don't let the phone become the parent and you become the breeder. That's not the way the world works. We need the parents to be the parents and the phone to be a piece of plastic. That's it. It's plastic. Once it falls in the water, ain't shit you can do about it. So we got to start spending more time with our kids, letting our kids be more a part of what we got going on, because at the end of the day, it's our reflection of us, not the damn next update to the app. And if you can update it. So again, salute to everybody that came in. And I just want to say thank you again for showing love, participating, letting us know, hey, man, everything's been great. We done did another great one, man. And salute to y'all until I see y'all again. Hey, man, thank you. September Virgo, thanks for coming in. Shay, thanks for coming in. Scott, you already know. You already know. Black Widow, you already know, Queen. Mr. Smith, my boy Mikey, of course. Jen, thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? For people coming. Nanny Pooh, magnificent. Thank you so much. You already know Miss BTV and Mr. BTV, where he bullied the bullies. Again, salute to everybody coming in. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. We had another great one. Again, monitor your kids. And before you start monitoring their phone, monitor your kids first, then monitor the phones. But you got to know your kids first. On that note, I'm out. Peace.